Yo, what's up? We got Brandy versus Brandy. Are they gonna dish it up or are they gonna dish it out? Find out after the jump.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh,
maybe we can find it.
oh, hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Chaos J. We're here with My Kitchen Rules, episode 4. And yeah, we got Brandy versus Brandy. It's about to get bananas. Minus the bananas, but it's about to get a little cray-cray in the kitchen. I'm Chaos J. You can find me on Twitter, KAOSJ. You can find me on Instagram, Chaos_Oceans31. 31 flavors of waviness, baby. My Kitchen Rules, episode 4. Let me throw it over to my lovely panel.
Once again,
tell them who you are.
Once again, that intro was so good.
It was so great, and I actually wanted to cut you off and say it's gonna be very crazy, you know? Because the dessert. Okay.
I see what you did there.
Anyway, that's the best I can do, guys. I'm Abigail Fraher, and you can follow me on all social media at Abigail Fraher.
So I've been paying attention to you, right? I'm like, I'm going to try to get my intro as lit as you. Okay. I think yelling is like one of the keys. So that's why I'm gonna start there first.
I get told all the time that I probably yell too much.
But it's lit. No, it gets my attention.
No, it's
it's not bad.
All right, do it.
All right, I'm gonna do it. All right,
you ready?
Yo, I'm DeAnjilo. Follow me on Twitter. I can't do it. I'm not feeling it. It's DEANJILO. All right, get at me on Twitter. That's DeAnjilo TV and at DeAnjilo on Instagram. Cool.
I'm awake.
Yeah, we lit the day.
If you weren't awake, now you're awake. All right, so let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
We've got Brandy and Ray J versus Brandy and Dean. And they're doing a showdown in the same kitchen at the same damn time. At David Arquette's house.
That sounds like a story right there.
I mean, just right there,
That's Hollywood.
That's a headline. Mm-hmm. Low key.
I didn't know he was an owner of Bootsy Bellows.
Yo.
I
didn't know that.
Did not know that
Definitely
either.
have seen that puppet.
Yeah, you have. It fits his personality to have puppets in the club.
It's weird.
Yeah, all right, leave that there.
Just right there. Okay, so, head-to-head challenge, Brandy versus Brandy. Each team had to do 3 dishes: appetizer, entree, dessert. Brandy and Ray J, love them to death. They had In These Chili-Free Streets as their appetizer. Then they had the Ray J buttermilk chicken as their main dish, and then Out the Box peach cobbler.
Literally.
Now it was literally out the box. Now while it was out the box.
My God, everything just made so much sense to me. I didn't catch that in the show.
You didn't
say word.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking out the box, like it was gonna be like sloppy, like thinking out the box, like it was gonna be out of the box, like not out of a box, like prepping, but like it was gonna be presented
out of the box.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, and
but
they
it
did.
was out of the box.
It was like a multiple entendre. It wasn't even a double. It was like a multiple,
like a quadruple.
Because it was so many things that they played on with that title. The problem was though, is that while it was great that they played that up, I don't feel like they should have let that cat out the bag.
Yeah.
See, and
they tried to my bad. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No, I think they were trying to cover up for some of they just wanted a level ambiguity. Ambiguity. Thank you. All right, cool. So
a level of ambiguity.
I got you.
Yeah, I didn't get that class.
They want to keep it ambiguous.
Yes, and I think so they were trying to do a whole theme to make up for maybe some things they were lacking, which I like the idea, but you got to know your crowd. That wasn't the crowd.
They don't know their crowd.
Yeah.
And I feel like the crowd was very disrespectful as well.
They were.
Hell
yes. We'll get to that.
Why don't we get there?
Calm down. Why don't we get to what did Brandy and Dean make?
Hey, for the listeners, when my man gets really quiet
during a show,
that's when you know it's about to get turned in the episode. So I can't wait to hear what you got to say.
Because normally we're hearing all what he has to say during it.
Right.
And then I just want to say one more thing is that granted, I agree they did not know their audience or their crowd when it came to what they were making. However, I'm losing my train of thought here, but basically, I feel like, okay, they did lose some points for the peach cobbler being out the box. However, everybody loved it.
Exactly.
And that technicality just that bothers me a little bit. We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna throw it over to you.
You're gonna throw it to me?
I'm gonna throw it to you.
All right, so
you got the ball, coach.
You got mine.
Well, I just wanted to say I have so much to cover on that at the end once we get once we get the scores. But I just figured, why don't we go run through what Brandy and Dean made?
We should.
Do you want to do that?
Okay, let's do that. No, that's all you right there.
Okay.
You got that.
Because you know my handwriting.
I mean,
it's not great. Kelly's. Oh, he does have it. He's
now you
got
gotta
really
explain
pretty
the joke to the listeners and stuff.
Yeah, sorry. I just want to include you all. He has the most beautiful handwriting I've ever seen. And seriously, the first 5 minutes of the show, I was just staring at what he was writing.
It was kind of sexy.
I even made him write my name. Anyway.
Cool story.
So, Brandy and Dean made a corn chowder with a scallop, skirt steak with potatoes and peppers, and an apple, blackberry, blueberry crisp. So an appleberry crisp. And then that's it.
And then back to me.
And then back to you with the kitchen.
Okay, well then, so tell me what you guys thought of the dynamic in the kitchen between and let's just start with the appetizer, because as it progressed, we see things change, from one extreme to the other. So let's just start with the appetizer. Tell me what you guys thought about the dynamic between Brandy and Brandy, because that's really what the show was about.
Yeah.
Was the tension between Brandy and Brandy.
I feel like I'm a hater, so I'm just gonna come out and say that I do not like Brandy Glanville in the least bit. Sometimes she does things, and I respect that.
Guess we will be having her on the show.
No, but I feel like we would get along maybe in person, but I can't watch her actions and agree with them, or I don't know. The fact that she didn't wear a shirt, I commend her, because it was a competition. She was thinking. Do I think that it was the best move or the most upstanding
classy
move? No, but she's not a classy girl. She's a hoe.
You would definitely not have her know.
So a hoe is not gonna wear a shirt.
Yeah.
Right? What do you expect?
Well,
right? But that's what I'm saying. And Brandy is a hater as well. So in life, I feel like she, throughout the whole episode, she hates on everything. She hates on Dean wanting to scoop the dessert. She hates on Brandy and Ray J not even doing anything. She just likes to create.
I hate the way you're breathing.
Right.
I hate the way you
just
blink.
so that she can say something about herself. She hates herself so much.
I wouldn't blink like that. I don't know why they blink like that.
But so, she just starts hating on other people or saying that they're hating on her so she can bring up something about her fucking podcast and nobody actually even cares about.
That we didn't even know.
Wait. Let me. I didn't even know that. No, I didn't know it was a thing. But here's the thing. I'm just so we not all hampering down on her. I'm not that fond of her either. But I will say that specifically in the appetizer segment of the show, I was impressed because I knew there was gonna be a level of animosity there. But they were kind of at least in that segment, they were playfully kind of going back and forth, which was kind of entertaining.
It was still kind of lighthearted.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious.
You're right. We're not there yet.
I'll give her
also,
that.
Also, I do have to commend her on the fact that she practiced cooking scallops the whole week.
Whole week.
Did she say that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
She said that.
Wow.
The whole week.
I was impressed.
That's
that's
right.
good.
Yeah.
You should be doing that. That is dedication.
Yeah.
So I really do. That has nothing to do with her personality.
Yeah.
Right.
So I can handle it.
You're not a fan of her personality.
Right. But
and some of the things that she does.
Her work ethic on cooking for the show, I commend.
Yeah.
A+.
Yeah.
All day.
Done.
Okay, so for me, I agree. It was very playful. And she came to play. Let's talk about it. She came with the twins
with the
out.
tassels and
you know what I'm saying, with the fringe, but it wasn't really a fringe because it was all still one piece. It wasn't loose.
That was
she could
weird.
See through
that
it.
was weird.
You say what?
Have you ever heard a female call their nipples their glands?
It made me feel like she was really old at that point.
That was that was
catch
disturbing to me.
Yeah, it was
that was like
she
that
said,
was like I think of like a
my
nursing mom.
My glands are coming out.
Like I think of a nursing mom in not a hot way.
Yeah,
you don't think like
in like a
clog. You think like
memory glands. Glands,
like memory glands,
not sexy,
not hot.
Like
not titties. I don't think
you want to come see my memories.
No, she's
she
gross.
lost me there, but she got Ray J.
She got Ray J.
Right.
No, Ray J. If I was Ray J's wife, though, rewatching this, I would have been.
He like that all the time.
Wait, pause.
That's a thing. Though.
Did you say wife? Did him and Princess get married?
Yeah,
already?
They married. She told me.
Where have I been?
But she,
okay,
you know,
I
she
didn't
also
know
knows
either.
his character, and you know, she knows that he's not like,
That's one thing you can say about Ray J. He's hunted all the time. He's him.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, and that's why I can relate to him.
Right.
Even when I shouldn't be myself in a certain context, I'm me. So I can relate to that.
There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
and then shit got hot when Dean dropped it on about the peaches, because I don't think Ray J and Brandy were gonna even say anything about the peaches.
Peaches. And that was another thing too that kind of bothered me, was I thought that was extra shady. And that also goes back to, I wouldn't have told anybody if they wouldn't have said anything about the fact that peach cobbler was out the box.
Yep.
Nobody would have known.
Yep.
I mean, we knew,
Right?
But they would not have known. All they knew was that peach cobbler was the bomb.
Well,
That's it.
my only thing. I'll like put this out there. I like, even we haven't even gotten to the we haven't talked about their appetizer.
Yeah.
I feel like we should talk about the social aspect first.
Okay, yeah.
Then,
Well, this is more of a social. This is
like
like a social analysis based off of the food.
Yeah.
I think that I probably would have loved that corn, like the corn chili thing that they cooked, and I would have loved their peach cobbler.
Yeah, like, I was excited.
I would have tore it up.
Like, I want that.
And I don't have a problem with that. But like, I think for this specific show, again, know your audience. Who are you serving? They probably not about to get down with that. Only person I probably feel like would probably got down with that was the comedian David.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the only like. So you got to kind of like know how to
you mean Andrew, the big one with the glasses?
With Valerie.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Andrew Dice Clay.
I think he's the only one.
David would have got down.
David
with
might
that.
have got down with it
But
too.
it's almost like they were instructed not to, just based on everyone else's
Group think.
feeling about it.
It's group think.
And
all
it
day.
was so
Yeah, it's group
bothersome when they came in to judge it. Fuck it, let's just talk about the appetizer.
Okay, so
they came in to judge it, and it pissed me off how like they spoke about the way that Brandy and Dean's was made. They also spoke about the texture. They also spoke about how it tasted.
Yeah.
But yet Brandy and Ray J's, they didn't even talk about how it tasted. They just said, well, this is pathetic.
They were just so caught up in the presentation.
But I saw all your plates are empty.
And I don't even want to say necessarily. I want to say that they were so thrown off by the corn chips that I feel like it skewed their whole idea and their whole opinion of that appetizer. Because to me, and granted, we didn't eat it, and and the one dude, I don't even remember his name, I'm sorry, said that he thought the chili was dry, there was too much sour cream, and then just more corn chips. Okay, I kept thinking to myself, well, how could they have presented the corn chips better?
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I totally cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, because I do it all the time. So here's the thing. So I was thinking, like, is there any way that they could have presented this better? And the only thing I came up with was to crush the corn chips and kind of sprinkle them in some kind of cool little design. However, I felt like they didn't really give it a chance. Like, I felt like there were a few clear plates in there from the appetizer.
Word.
So, I mean, that was one of those things where, like, the waitress comes by and she's like, oh, so how'd you like your meal? I'm like, oh, it was terrible.
But you ate it.
But your plate's cleaned up.
Where is it?
Like, what happened?
I think that was editing, too, to make the audience think that it was awful, but it wasn't awful. But on the point of how else they could have presented it, honestly, what I thought they were going to do before I saw anything, the corn chips looked like, now I'm going to make myself sound like fatty, but they looked like the big size corn, like, you know how you can buy like the big Frito scoops?
Right, the scoops.
And I thought that what they were going to do is take like 3 scoops and put a little bit of chili and like elegantly put a dollop of the cream cheese, or I'm sorry, the sour cream,
and that's what
and then maybe garnish it and just have 3 little tastes. That's what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be a fucking can upside down.
Hey, get Salt Bay.
Gotta get with that.
Salt Bay.
But no, because it did not look classy. It was a huge portion. It did look like something you would see at like a diner.
When I first saw it, again, I mean, I still, like, they got me with the title. Like, low key,
I was feeling the title.
It didn't have to even taste that great. I was still just like, yo, in these chili-free streets.
Right. See, they should have served it for us, not them.
And clearly, we would have scored them like a 7 or an 8.
Bro, I'd have been on it.
Probably like a 9.
Maybe.
But initially, when they were getting ready, when they were plating it, we saw it was still in the can, and that's obviously
she did it upside down,
right?
Which was a childish thing. I totally agree.
Oh no, I wasn't going to say it was childish. Well, no, I saw the can and I'm like, okay, well, where are they going with this can? And then they took it off. I thought the presentation minus the corn chips was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah. Or put 2 corn chips in the side and like, I don't know. It could have been, they're really, I think their plating skills are really poor, personally.
Although, I thought the plating of the Bray J chicken was all right.
We going to the entrees?
No. Well, let's do the corn chowder. The corn chowder.
Let's talk about
looked
corn chowder.
Beautiful.
Nah, it looked bomb. The scallops look bomb. I don't even like them, but
I've never even had scallops, but I would try one of those.
I don't like scallops, but they looked really good.
They did. They were seared.
But the corn chowder, the actual thickness of it
was gelatinous.
Yes.
As anyone.
hey. She, I don't know what her name was. She dropped that vocab.
But again, my issue here is
his wife's mom or his wife's mom. Yeah.
My issue here is that they're judging so different with each group because it's like, how difficult is a corn chowder to make?
Yeah.
And all you're saying is that the texture's off. Okay, well the texture's off and it's not good.
Hold on, pause. Right, exactly. Not only they said it was thick. The one lady said it was gelatinous, and then Kat was like, "Oh, but where's the corn taste? Like, I don't taste any corn."
And then on Brandy and Ray J's appetizer, all they say is this was easy. So it's like, well, are you going to talk about the taste, or are you not going to talk about the taste? I'm just confused.
Don't grade one group on the level of difficulty to make the dish, and then grade the other group on the taste.
Right.
Yeah, no,
it's not fair. Like they need to be graded on, on the same merits.
It gives them the flexibility to build the storyline the way it's going to.
And give us stupid cliffhangers, but we'll get into that too.
Well, and then after that dish, when they went back into the kitchen, there was like such an issue between all of them. And Brandy, to me, has she has the typical like preschool problem of like just ignore the person making fun of you and it will go away. And she can't do that. She's just
at my school, if you ignore them, they just keep going. So sometimes you got.
But she doesn't ever shut anyone down. She just like says like, what?
Yeah. Well, I don't know what like you mean like Brandy Glenville in regards to her response.
Yeah. She just keeps like feeding it. If you would have just not responded to anything they said, they would have stopped.
Okay, but I will.
Because Ray J and Brandy love attention.
Right. They are very. They definitely are showmen.
Yeah.
This was the one time, and maybe the only time, maybe not, that I actually kind of took Brandy G's side.
Why?
Because I feel like while they were kind of poking and kind of, saying little, making little snide remarks, not that Brandy G is not guilty of that too. She does that too, but I felt like I kind of agree with her. She said, like, don't dish it out if you can't take it. And there's been times where Brandy has been talking trash, and then they kind of get a little heated.
Yep. Well, I think they were upset at the peach comment. And
yeah, because that was underhanded.
Yeah. So they kind of started. It was like they got serious. It's just when you playing a game and you get serious, so you make it seem like they the bad guy. Y'all was playing the game the whole time, and that's the only reason. Like when they came back from the grading, I think their mindset was off of okay, let's stop joking around, which is fine. But like they weren't. That's how they are. That's their energy. Like I said, they're themselves all the time, so you can't get mad at them.
Right.
That's my thoughts. So I mean, my bad.
Okay. So
I guess I was right. Mic drop.
Okay. So on to the entree. Talk to me. What did you guys think of the entrees?
I think I agree. I think there should have been. I expected a chicken breast when they said buttermilk chicken. I did not, or something more than.
Yeah, the Bray J buttermilk chicken.
That was a letdown as far as the quantity. However, again, everyone loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everyone loved it. They wanted more. Okay,
right.
So they wanted more of it. So there wasn't enough.
Right.
Okay, so and then with the skirt steak. You fucking cut the steak wrong. You cut the type of steak. It's no longer a skirt steak. You didn't cut it like a skirt
like
steak.
Beef sirloin.
So you immediately aren't serving what you say you're serving because you can't fucking cut it right, but yet yours is better? And how difficult is cooking a fucking steak?
How difficult is cooking lamb chop?
I mean, I think lamb chops would be more difficult.
It is.
How we got in the chicken thing?
But I'm saying, I think frying a chicken, making buttermilk chicken, I think is more difficult than cooking a steak, than broiling a steak. They broiled fucking steak. They seasoned it and broiled it. That's not difficult.
Okay.
It really isn't.
No, I feel you.
Do you?
I mean, I might not agree, but
okay, well, hold on.
I've done both.
You can disagree.
I do. I mean,
So
I don't
you
know
think
how
fried
I feel. I have to
chicken's
think
easier?
about it.
Buttermilk chicken?
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure if
get it to that
I don't
right-
think that's like the point exactly. Like, I don't know.
Well, apparently it is because now, before, Ray J and Brandy's wasn't in depth enough.
Yeah, but I don't want to disagree with you because I agree with there was a different standard with both of them.
Okay.
I don't know if your example for it was like the right, but like anyway, what I want to get to is I want to know you had emotions towards that the discussion at the table.
Yes.
I don't want to lose that.
No.
How much time we got?
I was about to call it.
My bad.
Yes.
All
Oh, we good. We got time.
All right,
Let's talk about it. Okay, so since you brought it up, by all means, lead us into the discussion. See, there was a discussion that happened before the entree was brought out.
I feel like you should intro it.
To the point that I low-key, I paused. I had to pause the TV, like, okay, hold on. Had to collect my thoughts. Get some notes going.
He started writing.
Yeah,
I was
with the pen. I was doing it. Like, you was like, oh, is Kelly about to drop a hot 16?
Really though?
No.
Right.
Kelly's about to drop some words about this the commentary before the entree. But I want you to go ahead.
Please.
Please.
Intro.
Please.
You're way more passionate and going to be way more eloquent.
No, please. By all means.
Okay, so you want to help me out?
I'm the white girl, so I'm just going to chill and then say my piece after.
You said some good stuff.
I
like,
did,
while we were talking.
but I'm going to let you,
We need to get all perspectives.
Oh,
and me and him might disagree, actually.
Yeah.
But so we were at the table after their emotions towards the appetizers were clear.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who owns Bootsy Bellows and his wife, I don't remember her name.
David Arquette, and I want to say Christine.
Okay.
Who was weird as fuck.
That's from the bathing.
I just want to bathe in it.
Look, man, we might get these people. I want to have these people on the show so we can.
We can.
All right, cool. Anyway, so.
I don't know, Abby. I mean, can we?
Can we though?
Can they handle it? I'm a nobody compared to them. I'm sure they're fine.
No, you're somebody.
They're fine. Anyway, the racist comments that were coming up at the dinner table were unreal.
Intro this for a minute. Yeah. So, or was it racist?
It was.
What was said was, what was the question? The judge was like, "What do you expect from the entree?" And the
something fried.
Right. So let's leave that there. It sounded something like that. How you feel about it?
Okay, so for me, when she said, probably something fried. Okay. Now, given there were no other persons of color, so to speak, at the table, minus the uncle.
What's Valerie? What's her?
What do you mean minus the uncle?
The uncle was something.
He was something.
He was not Caucasian.
He was tan.
He wasn't?
He was tan.
I'm pretty sure he was.
He was brown.
He
was super brown.
No, he goes tan.
He was like
But what's Valerie?
He went tan.
What's Valerie?
I think he was Caucasian.
I don't know.
More important.
Anyway,
what
she's
is her
Italian.
She's Italian. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, moving along. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna go out and say that it was racist, but it was her, just further perpetuating the stereotype that all black people love fried chicken. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make this clear. Not just all black people don't like fried chicken. I know a few that don't like fried chicken, and white people like fried chicken. Latin people like fried chicken. A lot of different ethnicities like fried chicken. But yes, there's that stereotype that black people like fried chicken and watermelon and orange soda, and so I just felt like it was. I felt like it was really insensitive for her to say something like that. And would she have said that had they been at the table?
No,
probably not. Then you called it out when you said like, oh, David's trying to cover up for his wife. He's like, I love fried chicken. I love fried chicken. Okay, well no, your wife. We still know what your wife said. Like, it was not cool. And then the banter between him and Andrew when they're trying to like
change
layer it up about They're trying to layer it up about the chicken and they're trying to kind of clean up the fact that like. It's low-key a little insensitive.
And then they're going on about the herbs and spices,
and the herbs and spices, and KFC.
African Americans
nah, bro.
Season their food.
It was mad corny.
What about what?
It was mad corny.
African Americans
over seasoned.
Oh, well, that's a generalization.
That's a stereotype.
I've never heard that one.
Giving it.
Have you?
I don't know if I've heard that one, but
every time people are like, add more seasoning.
I've heard this stereotype, since we're talking about stereotypes, that white people don't properly season their food or
we
season
don't put
it
enough
enough.
on.
Now let's put it out there.
Right.
We can't
Now,
really get
So,
into it.
okay, to you guys, we don't put enough on. To us, you put too much on. It's a stereotype.
It's a generalization.
It's exactly. It's a stereotype. It's generalization.
What pissed me off though is like, what the fuck are you even saying that for?
Yeah.
Well, why are you even saying, oh, probably something
Well,
fried? You know what's on the menu. They told you.
That's why.
No shit, it's probably something fried.
That's why.
Because they told you that it's fried chicken.
That's why I'm going to.
Wait,
That was just throwing fucking shade for no reason.
I do think that y'all are dissecting it a little bit more than look. I don't think that it was complete. I don't think she thought it through. I
don't think she meant
and
it.
I agree. And I agree that she wouldn't have said if they were there.
But
I don't think it was as ill-intentioned.
It wasn't malicious.
No,
it wasn't malicious.
I don't think it was slightly meant to come off.
That's why I said it was insensitive.
Yeah,
that's why I gave it that nice, soft,
flew out of her mouth.
Warm, cuddly, insensitive word.
She's not like I'm not gonna say she's an angry, like racist lady.
Right. That's why I don't want to drop an R word on liberally.
And you said it earlier is that you felt like they missed the entire intention behind what they served when it came to Brandy and Ray J, and they did because they were serving soul food.
Right.
So for everything that they were serving, it fell under that umbrella of soul food.
Right.
So granted, that may not have been the correct, the proper crowd for that.
I also don't think they introduced it well.
No, they didn't. They just introduced
They gave it funny
names,
but they didn't actually explain the reasoning behind
and I wouldn't have for them. They wouldn't have got in these chili-free streets.
Right.
No, not for that crowd. Yeah, not for that crowd.
Just know your crowd. Chili-free streets.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't. So again, it's about knowing your crowd, knowing what who you're catering to for that particular event.
Agreed.
And they obviously did not have that. They weren't on point with that.
Yeah. We can agree.
Okay, so entree. I mean, are we done? I mean,
we're done.
I think we hit the entrees.
I think we hit it.
We hit the entree.
We got it in the entrees.
Your boy also said that that the steak wasn't sliced thin enough. It was full of flavor, but also full of chew.
Which that's the worst kind of steak.
But everybody did like the sauce. They said the sauce was on.
Good. Yeah. If it was cooked a little more.
Both dishes looked good. Not enough seasoning, not enough meat. Should have been bigger portions.
So what would you rather eat? Would you rather eat a meal where you thought you were going to get a larger piece of meaty chicken, but you enjoyed the dish? Or would you rather get a dish where you're chewing on some steak for 3 minutes before you can swallow it, but the sauce is good?
It's the difference between like Nobu and like Jack in the Box.
But is it?
Nobu.
You gonna go to Nobu, you still gonna be hungry, but it was good.
Yeah, but
you go to this other place that doesn't have as good
but I think at Nobu they're gonna cut the steak properly.
I'm gonna go with the Ray J buttermilk chicken.
I don't care about it being small.
It was a bad metaphor.
It was a bad metaphor because
it's flawed. I agree. It was a flawed metaphor.
But all I'm saying is.
All right, but anyway, back to you said you go with.
You would rather have the taste.
You'd
rather have a meal that you liked, enjoyed the taste of.
And just be like, man, I want some more of that.
Right, then be chewing.
If my steak was cooked more, at least I'd be full afterwards.
Yeah, but they're saying it's chewy. Do you enjoy a chewy steak?
No,
a fatty steak?
But I also hate spending money on something and I'm still hungry afterwards.
But they're not spending money.
Well, I'm taking it as if I was at a restaurant.
You definitely don't want to go to Nobu and then like an hour later, like, hey, girl, you
that's
not
the point of the show. That's not the point of the show. The point of the show isn't, are you full? The point of the show is, what did you like better?
Well, if it's free, then I'll go with the buttermilk chicken. Right?
Okay, thank you. That's all I was asking.
I like chicken,
now, are you full? If you had $5 in your pocket, which one would you do? Like, no.
All right, cool. We're getting too deep.
Okay, so.
Thank you.
We covered the entree. Let's jump back into the dessert. We kind of touched on it. Let's jump back into it. Abby, let's start with you.
Yeah, let's get it.
Tell me what you thought of the vampire cereal or the apple, blackberry, blueberry crisp. You didn't catch that when she dropped that on them?
You missed
it? When she said something about...
Was I getting a tissue?
You might have been.
You might have stepped
that,
out
but Brandy,
the real Brandy,
referred to it as the vampire cereal,
and it looked like it
based on the way the crisp looked as it was rising and it was
like
baking.
Blood was coming out of the cup.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. The berry juice was kind of coming off the edge.
I love peach cobbler. I also love ice cream. Like, I love ice cream. And I'm one of those people, I have to have ice cream with cake. I have to have ice cream with my cobbler. I have to have ice cream, like, it's adding this, like, moisture level that's just, it's delicious.
That's how I gets down, son.
Right?
Like,
we're going to have dessert together.
Like, people are like, oh, Kelly, you so fat. maybe this might be true, but yes, I feel like
the texture.
I feel like you need ice cream with these things. Like if I don't have ice cream with any of those key items, I'm just like, oh, this dessert's incomplete.
And whipped cream, I hate whipped cream.
Oh, I love whipped cream.
Okay, see, I don't like it. Now, I drew hearts around the ice cream, so I think the peach cobbler for me would be the best. Also, it looked better. The crust looked better. It just looked delicious. And there's nothing worse than like getting to the bottom of a cobbler and you don't have any like ice cream or whipped cream. In the whipped cream, I feel like just goes away so quickly.
Oh yeah, like ultimately, if you say, Kels, you want whipped cream or ice cream, I'm going with ice cream all day.
100%. And if you're at a restaurant where one dessert comes with ice cream and one doesn't, I'm gonna get the one with the ice cream. So I would go with the peach cobbler.
Or I'm just gonna get the one that doesn't come with the ice cream and be like, yo, I need that ice cream.
A scoop of ice cream, please. But also the whole combination with the berries and the apples, like he said, that's weird. That's another weird thing to me.
But he said
he lost me there. Though. He lost me there. If it's good, I don't care what the clash is. I don't know.
But the texture, can you imagine like chewing that? Because the apples have one.
And with the blueberry?
Yeah, but it was blueberries and blackberries.
But you have to remember, the apples were baked, so the apples are soft.
That's what I'm saying.
Also, I don't like seeds. I don't like seeds in blackberries. Like I like blackberries, but I like eating them fresh. I don't like eating them when they're cooked.
It would have been better with ice cream, though.
Its seeds get stuck in your teeth.
True, it would have been so much better with ice cream. You would have went to peach cobbler. I probably went. You know how I was acting when you say blue crisp, it just puts me in this place. You know, I want to be.
But when it comes to,
so you would have chose the blue crisp.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. See, for me, I would have chose the peach cobbler.
Yeah.
I love me some peach cobbler.
Me too.
Especially my favorite part of the peach cobbler is not the peaches. It's the
crust.
It's the crust
with the ice cream.
Right.
God, we are just like,
bam.
That's cute.
We gotta go get some dessert.
That's real cute.
Dessert buddies. No, but for real. And the crust did look overcooked on the blue one,
right?
On the berry and apple.
But
one.
y'all have.
But you said you like your crust really crisp.
I do. I like it, but I also feel like y'all have a larger bias towards Brandy.
I probably
G,
do. You're probably
which is a problem. It's a problem. Y'all gotta take that.
No, Paul.
Because
I just took her side.
But I wanted to say
you said for the one time.
For the one time, I did take her side. See, here's the thing. I don't necessarily have a problem with Brandy G.
Well,
I kind of low key like her messiness. I like her pettiness.
Entertaining.
It is very entertaining.
I just want my listeners. I want my listeners. I want my listeners. I hope y'all heard this. You heard the switch up. Go to the first 15 minutes of the show and now listen. Now they like her. Now she cool.
I don't like her.
Y'all gotta see what I do with on a day-to-day basis.
I feel like the reason.
Just flip flopping.
I feel like the reason I don't like her maybe is because I see a little inner pettiness that I maybe have.
We all got a little
in myself.
In this.
Hey, man.
So I'm gonna admit it. I
right.
still don't like her.
Okay.
Girl. No. Anyway, obviously, Brandy and Dean slayed Brandy and Ray J. Yeah, Brandy and Dean's presentations are always beautiful. Yeah. I always think they're beautiful no matter what is on there. Well, the colors look nice together. Dean is a control freak, which it's good.
It works out. Here's the thing. They always say, this has been a reoccurring theme, is that they still want something more from him.
Right.
Because, once they let that cat out the bag, that, he went to culinary school, then it's to be expected. You're supposed to bring it every time. He definitely kills it with his presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last thought, I think, on this before we do prediction is
we got to do the scores, too.
Oh.
I don't know how much time we got, y'all.
Well, we got time. We got to do the scores.
Okay, so what? Brandy and Ray J were 53 out of 100.
Yeah. And Brandy and Dean were 70 out of 100.
Oh, they shitted on them.
They did. But I think maybe Brandy and Ray J's meal, was probably tastier. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't as complicated. And I get that. And I understand that.
Know your crowd.
But Brandy
and
Dean's was more complicated, but tasted worse.
They knew their audience.
So obviously, they're getting more points for the complications and less points for the taste.
And don't get the canned stuff. I'm sure it's good, but know your audience. Yeah. They bougie.
Okay.
You gotta serve your bougie folks.
This is true. They
100%.
wasn't bad in bougie,
100%.
but they was bougie.
They was bougie. No bad. Cool.
Predictions. Okay.
Before we get kicked out?
We're going to
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
He's been waiting. We don't even get the lights.
We didn't get the lights. It's all right though. I always do that. I don't know why. I feel the need to look around and be so surprised when the predictions come on. That's just my thing. So, for me, it's gonna get a little hot in the kitchen just because now we've got Andrew and Valerie. They're going to be cooking against Lance and his mom. Is it Diane? I think it's Diane. Okay, yeah, Lance and his mom.
Lance and Diane, yeah.
I feel like chances are Lance and his mom are probably going to do a little bit better.
They have the most chemistry. I'll give them that.
Well, I mean, it's mom and son. So
well, cooking chemistry.
That's what I mean.
Right.
I know what you mean.
But I feel like they're going to do slightly better than Andrew and Valerie.
I feel like they're going to be a little... Oh, I'm cutting your predictions off. I just feel like they're going to be a little safe. I think...
I don't think they're going to get too risky with their dishes. They're going to play it safe. They're going to probably go with something that she's already cooked multiple times and knows, she knows it's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we're going to see a little bit of revenge when it comes to the scoring. Mm-hmm. Just because I don't feel that the scoring when it came to
it's a flawed system.
Yeah, the scoring is already flawed, and I feel like between Lance and his mom and Andrew and Valerie, I don't feel like they were as fair as they could have been with the scoring, and I feel like they're going to remember that, and it's going to come back to bite them in the ass the following week.
Yeah. I think you're correct on all that. I just want to add that I think that there's going to be some inner anger coming out that we didn't think that these teams had. Like, I think something's going to set Andrew off. I mean, we see that a little in the predictions where he gets angry, but I think there's going to be a little bit more of a confrontation between the two teams. I also love Kelly Osbourne. I love her. And she's so straight and so to the point and such, like, she's not a shit stirrer, but she just calls it out like she sees it in a very different way than Brandy does. I think they both do the same thing, but very differently. So I think that this is going to be a very entertaining dinner party.
Clash, a nice, interesting clash, I don't know. I got my money on Andrew Dice and Valerie for this next one. I don't know. I think I like their dynamic. I know they don't have as like much cooking chemistry as Lance and Diane maybe, but I feel like when they hit it, it's popping. You know what I mean?
True.
So I feel like
because her homemade noodles were a hit.
Right. So we'll see.
All right. Well, that was our predictions.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
By all means, if you have your own predictions you want to share with us, hit us up in the comments. They are there. We do check them.
They are there.
I'm just saying. Put us in your iPhones. Put us in your iPods. Get us on the podcast. Make sure you give us 5 stars or 4. The rest don't count.
I like that.
Let us know what you think. And man, I'm your boy Chaos J. Shout out to the real OG, Olivia. She's not with us today, but we'll see her next week. We miss you. I'm your boy Chaos J, KAOSJ on Twitter. You already know Instagram, Chaos_Oceans 31. We're gonna bring you 31 flavors of sodium, Salt Bay on them.
I was waiting for the weather report. But
what? Anyway. She's a mess.
I'm Abigail Fraher. You can follow me on all social media at Abigail Fraher.
I'm DeAnjilo. Follow me at DeAnjilo TV and at DeAnjilo on Instagram.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
we'll see you next week.
Guys. See you next week.
You just kept talking. I was like, hey, it's good.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.